Many sayings, idioms, proverbs that we regularly use can be linked to Africa. Somehow many ended up in the West. Now, we gain, and we can gain, I should say, a lot of knowledge from reading or listening to those important words, those expressions, those sayings. Now, there's something called wisdom, and there is something else called experience. Please note, experience is so important, and wisdom is just as important. But wisdom does not come overnight. You see the gray hairs in someone's head? Took time to arrive on the person's head. Just like wisdom takes time, does not come overnight. I repeat. And when you wonder why people who have knowledge but still lack understanding and wisdom, simply, there is a big difference between knowledge and wisdom. You see, again, wisdom many times, after living for a long time, it comes. Maturity, age in many people brings maturity, I would say intellectual maturity. The mistakes that you made when you were 20 or 30, you may not want to make now, or you will not make it, because through the years, you have grown, the experience that you gained, the wisdom that you attained, that you gained, will prevent you from making certain errors. Well, it doesn't happen in all people, because there are some people that will make mistakes, older people. Someone once said there is no fool like an old fool, and that could be right. But there was one time I listened as someone in a high office, government office in the United States, was questioned about mistakes he made when he was young. And they asked him, well, this is what you did. And he said, youthful indiscretion. Youthful indiscretion. Sometimes you have to go to the elders for advice. Go to the elders. And if you want to know about the ways, what you will find in the forest, look for an old gorilla returning from the forest, because that old gorilla has been there for a while and knows what you do not know. And many times you learn, but you learn the hard way. Having said that, let me go to some African sayings. Your enemy is always closer to you than you think, and that is so true. Sometimes those you believe are your good friends are actually your enemy and wishing for your downfall. When you are crying for rain, beware. You're also crying for mud. Yes, the mud will come with the rain, especially when the rain falls heavily. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large numbers, because some people don't think. They just follow the crowd. We say follow fashion. Gullible people. And I always say, if you are a philosopher, if you are a thinker, many people will not like you. Julius Caesar did not like Cassius. You see that man there? He thinking too much. He thinking too much. You see, when you think for yourself, you go ask questions. You won't just accept things that you hear. You won't accept it just like that. You will ask, you will think. That's why a lot of talk show hosts will have problems with me, because I will listen to them, but I will ask questions. And people, sometimes, boy, they don't want you to ask any question at all. Just listen and believe. But no, you have to ask questions. Respect the fool to avoid noise. Well, sometimes you just for peace of mind, for peace of mind. Sometimes you just walk away and leave. If somebody likes to wallow in dotishness, that makes them happy. Sometimes you have to leave them alone if it makes them happy. If they like dotishness, leave them alone. And this is for some, and I always say some, because you can't put everybody in one basket, so to speak. So this is for some supporters of political parties. You're wasting your time trying to convince a monkey that honey is sweeter than a banana. There are some people, when they believe what they believe, you can't change your minds, especially if they're gaining some kind of material benefit. It is helping them out. They close their eyes, they shut their eyes, and they wouldn't hear what you say. You could talk from now till thy kingdom come. You can't change them, because their pockets is what is more important than all the argument and all the facts you could bring to them. They're gaining. You can't convince them, brother or sister. A boat cannot go forward if each rows his own way. And we do see that sometimes. Some pushing here, some pushing there. Everybody has a particular view. Too many cooks spoiling the pot. No, you have to row together, unity. We are told, again, an African saying, when spiders unite, they could tie up a lion. A lion is a powerful animal, powerful. When spiders unite, man, they tie up the lion can make a move. He who swallows a mango seed has a lot of trust in his anus. You're biting more than you could chew. Yes. You can feed a pig all the milk you want. Give the pig all the milk. The pig will just keep messing black. That ain't changing. You may as well try to change the stripes on a zebra's back. You can't change. I mentioned already that wisdom does not come overnight. And you do not call a dog with a whip in your hand, because the dog will not be looking at you. The dog will be looking at the whip. You want to put some blows on it. So the dog ain't coming at all, because you might be smiling, but there's a whip the dog looking at. A widow is the only woman who knows where her man is every night. Well, some women tell you, boy, I know he's a good guy. Well, yes, man is man. Man is man. Read into that, eh? Read into that. And if you close your eyes to the facts, you'll learn the hard way. That's through accidents. You might see the writing on the wall, but you know what? Boy, you see the writing there? That's not for me. That's for somebody else. You better change your mind. It's for you. Many times it is for you. Yes. You close your eyes to the facts, you will learn through accidents. When you dig a grave for your enemy, you better dig one for yourself. And you know something? People who say that I hate this person and I hate that person, you know, it takes energy to hate. And the stones that you throw might come back and strike you in your head and bust your head. When you dig a grave for your enemy, dig one for yourself. When brothers and sisters fight to the death, a stranger inherits the parents' estates. A stranger inherits the parents' estates. And you know who that stranger could be? A lawyer, with all the tricks that the lawyers are capable of. So these are some of the words that we came from Africa, and speak of wisdom. Speak of wisdom. Anthony Wendell lyrics.